Lance Legends.
Yeah, no, this should be a pretty fun one to watch here. I mean, as you were mentioning before, Slayer and Derk, extremely accoladed, right? I mean, Derk, a three-time Kung Fu World Champion, is going to be out here trying to show how you're able to get that title. And a beautiful first score there off of that recovery.
Yeah, this is scratching all the right spots in my head. It all makes a lot of sense. It's kind of similar to volleyball in the sense of the Qatar's plays being the setup. The blue team get a lucky one there, and we see Slayer go all the way up for the ball spawn and immediately put it down with a down air into a side light. Really, really smart. Slayer with the little style there, side light into down air. This goes so fast, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be on your toes, right? I mean, the ball, of course, picks up velocity. The longer, beautiful slam in there from Slayer with that down air to say, hey, this is going right inside your net, but a nice retaliation. As quick as I can talk is as quick as these two teams can score on each other.
It seems Lance having those multi-hit properties, or having the ability to, not multi-hit, but like usher the ball in and also put a hitbox out is really, really solid. They're looking to be positioned over the goal with the ball and then go for the down air. Really, really smart stuff.
Derk defending, and
a lot of damage.
You get your pick here with Lucian, right? You just pick which sig you want to defend the goal with, and it's hard as the other team to know, is he going to down sig, is he going to end sig, is he going to side sig? But Jesus Christ, they go so fast, BJs. 3-5 currently, but man, I'm just like, kind of drop the ball there, literally.
Oh, and we see Tony get sent into the goal, which means he gets KO'd there, and you have to pick up a weapon. He picks up Qatar D-Light being a very good goalie option. It covers a lot of the space of the very horizontal goal, and a little tap in there from the goalie. Tony getting on the board there for the red team as it's all even up. End light into a wait. Slayer goes for a side air. We see an end sig come in to interrupt it. Really great interruption from the blue team to not let that go in, and it interrupts the signature as well. He's so crazy.
Yeah, I think that's 2 times now that we've seen Tiny try to go for that neutral sig on Vector and have it stuffed out by the defensive blue team.
Oh, Tiny's getting a 2-for-1 team combo as well as getting the ball in there as well. That's a 3-for-1. Nice. I didn't know it was going to be this close. I thought it was going to be a little bit one-sided, seeing the document here, but EU is the best region, and they're kind of showing out there. We see the Scythe get some interaction there with the down air as well, saying at a really tough angle to deal with, especially for Tony not being on the actual goal level.
Yeah, no, this is definitely shaping up to be extremely close. I mean, slams it in there. Now slight lead for the blue team here. They're juggling the ball high. See a miss there from Tiny, and then it goes right into the net. First team to get 9. The blue team, Derk and Slayer, are going to secure game 1. But honestly, as you were saying before, pretty close game.
Yeah, it seems to me that not only is it a very close game, but they both have very similar ideas. But I think the blue team, and specifically Slayer, has a really, really solid, like, fundamental understanding of where he needs to place himself on the Lance. A lot of times we see, like, down air, because of having so much great range, especially on that soft platform, Slayer is going for side light on the platform and then down airing the ball into the goal. That angle is very difficult for Lucian to deal with, because if you're too close or try to meet it with the signature, it'll just bounce on the ground and then bounce in. It's a very tough timing. And Tony hasn't been like on the ball level. He's been like underneath on the slope of the court itself. So it's been like, sorry, goal level. So it's like, how do you really deal with that? It seems like Lance has like a really, really strong presence in this meta so far.
Yeah, right. I mean, the active frames just posing to be difficult to work around here, but you can see, I mean, Derk playing some immaculate defense, tries to go in a little bit, gets stuffed out, and leaves the goal wide open. Red team are able to score as a result.
Oh, nice interruption. Derk is crazy with it, even versus Scythe, a weapon that's so tricky to deal with, but finally there, Derk gets a little bit too involved in getting Tiny out of there, but Derk is able to continue to put on the pressure there with the goal again. I like how he moves forward a lot of times here. He's not scared, but also realizes it's time for me to tend the goal. But the red team come out with a big 3-0 lead to start us off here.
Yeah, I mean, Tony and Tiny looking so good right now, and Derk kind of sending the ball back, but oh man, it's so tough, right? Yeah, I mean, the Scythe just has so many different offensive options in terms of controlling the ball and placing it exactly where they want to, and that's hard to play defense against.
Double recovery there from Derk as he plays very forward here. Slayer now in the backseat, gets a GC sidelight into Nair there to interrupt a Tiny, but the ball is getting a lot of damage built up. Goes for the insect. Tiny is able to usher it in with the signature on the Volkov. Very active move, but immediately the blue team retaliate, and now they scramble for the top side there. Chase dodging the down air. Doesn't connect, but the blue team just continues to mash buttons forward. They know they need to bring this game back, but it's so tough to do so because the red team is so solid right now.
Oh, they have a chance here, and man, just to pick up the goal there by kind of giving a self pass off the top wall there. Oh wow, man, just hits them both with the side sig and the ball at the same time to score. This one is much more one-sided than the last game. I mean, 2 more goals, and that's gonna be it for the red team here.
Sometimes it just happens to be the truth of Brawlhalla. No matter what, sometimes you just need to pick up the sight. As the Volkov from Tiny on the offensive has been so good at dealing with it, but right now the blue team rally forward as Slayer on the Lance tends to do a lot of really great conversions into goals there. We see the signature from Derk, as we see Derk playing a very offensive role here, but he goes back to defense. As the red team know, okay, now we got to play a little bit of defense here because the red team, or the blue team catching up. Oh my goodness, where is the ball going? Oh, what a side air!
Talk about a turnaround.
They're so good at catching the ball, especially when it's building up all that momentum. They know exactly where it's going to be, even off of just like where it's bouncing off the wall. It's so sick.
Oh, and it's a tied game, just like that in the blink of an eye. It's never over till it's over here. Let's see. Nice defense coming out from Derk. The active frame to the neutral sig. Gonna use it again to tend the goal. Sending it back. Here's Tony. Gonna go ahead and send it high. And Tiny's trying to disrupt, but isn't able to harass effectively.
You know, he has a
oh my god!
So that he's not touching the goal, and also he's able to interrupt Tiny signatures. The red team finally put it in there, but it's also important that you don't play so close where you're able to get KO and leave an open goal. But the red team, it doesn't matter for them. They play very, very effectively on the Volkov and take that game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I got really scared for them toward the end there. I mean, they had such a massive lead going into that game number 2, and then the blue team were really able to bring it all the way back. Like Derk and Slayer really made that game close when I didn't think they were going to be able to. And, you know, love a good back and forth set, but I will say they did not have me believing for a good chunk of that.
It's crazy how different the top level of this game looks versus like when I queue this with my friends. Like, they are very, very coordinated. They know exactly what needs to be done, especially like the defenders. They're really good at like getting a hit or getting like a double recovery on guitars and then taking the space so that you could like nair it so that the ball doesn't end up on your side of the court again. It's really impressive. And we see blasters just immediately thrown away there from Derk, as well as the lance from Slayer. They clearly want the guitars and scythe to deal with this red team. That's not a good start though.
Yeah, already.
Oh no, it's getting so unlucky. Tiny's just GC side-lighting or side-airing it into the goal, and the blue team haven't been in position to deal with it as they continue to contend the ball drop.
Ooh, nice defense there. Yeah, that M6 gonna be great. Gonna fire back. It's 4-0 right now as the red team are absolutely cooking up Derk and Slayer. They're trying to answer back. It's a similar chase to how the last game went, but there we go. Finally, a little bit of retaliation coming up from Derk and Slayer.
Big counter there, and Slayer with the own self goal there. That's very unfortunate. The red team are going to take that in stride. As Slayer is able to get back on the board and make up for his mistake. The N-Sig into the immediate side air on the land. Very active move. Another side air comes out, and the blue team look to rally here as the ball is going low, but Tiny's able to position up in time and in. Nice recovery interruption, but the side air gets it anyway for Slayer.
Oh, and I love the pass here, and then Tiny trying to disrupt at the same time as he's hitting this ball. Gets sent high, but the guitar recovery is so good. A nice self pass off the wall from Slayer there to go ahead and slam it into the enemy net.
The team's so solid here as they continue to push this forward and rally behind the N-Sig a little bit too early. I think the biggest difference from Tony and Derk is that Tony he positions very forward from the goal, where it's kind of hard to react. You have to be very on top of it, but Derk is more willing to play towards the net.
The ball's running away, and that ends up gonna slam it in. We have ourselves a lead for the blue team despite such a disastrous start. But what I'm noticing, right, is that so much of this is kind of revolving around hitting the ball up, often with guitar recovery, right, and then trying to, you know, bait the opponent into doing some kind of attack, get them stuck in their animation, and then you pass the ball to yourself and score off of that. So we are at game point here for Derk and Slayer.
92 looking to push forward there, but Toon is not able to get the recovery to close that one out. We're seeing a lot of Tony, I think, trying to position the ball from the goalie position very, very aggressively with recovery so that Toon is able to either get a scythe connection on it, get a multi-hit, or get some sort of signature. But the problem with that is that it's just so risky to go for. The recoveries don't hit. You lose your stock for it, and then there's problems. So we go into the next game here, and it's looking like Derk and Slayer have a lot of really, really good things going for them. We'll see how Tony and Tiny Toon are able to retaliate.
Okay, yeah. You know, I mean, they had a really great start that game too, and then things got turned around on them. So let's see if maybe they're able to keep things a little bit closer here.
Okay, Toon getting involved there with the sidelight as well as the weapon toss to interrupt the ball, but we ultimately don't want to be on the blasters, and the unarmed doesn't work out there either. Slayer's able to get a scythe side air to hit the ball as well as Tiny.
Let's see.
Big rally on this one. We see the ball starting to build up a lot of momentum there, but Derk unable to get the nair out in time. The ball gets to slip right through in, and the red team now even up the game. There's a lot more fighting happening this game, but as I say that, this is kind of like the point in Kung Foot where the game really picks up and we start seeing a lot of goals in rapid succession. The blue team looking to capitalize on the momentum. Nice interruption there. Tony not able to get the side air to stop the ball there. Ooh, Slayer's big three-piece.
Sent back. Nice return to sender. Tony tries to juggle it, but gets caught out by Slayer throwing out a side air in anticipation.
Another goal there for the red team. We look to rally back there, but Slayer gets a big hit there, and yeah, Derk without a weapon, not as nearly as potent here, but he finally picks up a Qatar as the Slayer looks to build something big, gets the sidelight into the signature. It bounces off the top and into the goal. So sick. Another side air there. The blue team are running away with this game.
Oh, okay, nice. Little turnaround here. The red team needs to make a massive comeback here. Nice attempt. Beautiful recovery. Tries to get the ball here. Nice response with the neutral stick. I mean, that down stick was a tricky offensive option. But still, Tony holding the defense down here. And even still, getting around. Just comes it back. Oh, but Slayer's offense is too hard to stop. Tony was doing such a great job of defending the net, but just could not hold it forever. And Slayer, again, relentless.
Recovery there from Derk as Slayer positioned himself on that side platform. He wants to get the big hit in, and there it is. The blue team is able to do it. Slayer and Derk move forward into grand finals winner's side. They had a very potent attack on the side of Slayer, who's perfected the Artemis, whether on the lance or the side. The red team put up a good fight in game 2, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was wild. I mean, the defensive play, I really